Looks like we are live. Let's see, how's the sound tonight? I think I'm going to actually move this thing up just a little bit. Set up. Too bad. How's this? Hey, how's it going tonight? What is this? Ooh, looks like I got some new options on YouTube. They got some special new stuff that they're trying to push more live. Try to compete. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So I've got some there's a couple hundred spots that you mentioned. Find cool things. Appreciate it. Hey, yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for. There's a lot of cool stuff you can find in the valley here, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can find outside the valley. Oregon's a huge state. Got a lot of good minerals here. Got a lot of just easy pickings in my eyes, anyway. But yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about locations tonight. I unfortunately wasn't able to get the program that I'm going to be using to do all these streams fully set up, but I'm working on it, and so I've got it almost figured out. I just not 100% yet, and so I need my friend to help finish the final touches, and then from there we'll be able to I'll be able to start sharing my screen, and all the links in the description of this live stream you can see there. I'll actually be able to go to those, and we'll be walking things out. But these are just some of the beginnings, that will definitely help you, because ultimately, just a few websites will make even understanding where to go a lot easier. And not just where to go, but also to where you can find new spots. There's a couple places like Graveyard Point. Is a huge area. I mean, if you go over to, say, McDermott, huge area. Even Glass Buttes. Glass Buttes is, it's all over the surface, though, and so that's a little different. But the idea is you get some of these places where they're just so big, you're like, well, where am I supposed to go? And so those are the types of things where it's like, okay, here, I'll narrow it all down for you, help you out with it. So yeah, we're going to be working on getting some of that stuff rolling here soon. I'm assuming that next week, that's what we're going to be able to talk about, or we're going to be able to start using those tools. But I've got a little bit of an issue here as well too, because like I was saying, I wanted to show you guys some of these maps. I wanted to be able to, bring them up on as the live, so you can see like my desktop, or whatever I'm showing you, not just me. But yeah, so there was also one of the maps, the BLM national data map, which just as an outline shows you like where the lines are drawn pretty much, right? Well, even that, I don't know what's going on, but it said failed to load. So I think that they're just having some issues on their end. And then, got issues on my end. So it's not a big deal. Just not, tonight's not the night. Be able to show you next time, though. And I've got, I think I'll be able to add some more to all of this whole live stream thing too, because, for instance, I bought tools a while back, for doing like video and stuff that will allow me to have multiple cameras, and I can switch back and forth from like that camera to, say, a camera that I could mount up like this. So where if I'm working on something, you can actually see the work being done, or at least over here or something like that, because I'm going to be using these sphere machines a lot more on these live streams. And so, I need to have it to where it's all comfortable and I can run what I want to. But when I get these tools set up. It's going to be nice. So, because these are one step closer. We just need to get these things bored out, and yeah, then we're going to be running our cups and everything like that. Just been busy with other things, and so yeah. Have you been able to get out rock hounding at all this week? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, because I mean, I really wanted to get out this week, but it was just one thing after another. Had all kinds of work going on, and it's like every time I wanted to, get out and do something, it was like, nope, got to get over there and do that. And so, you know how it is. That's just the way it works out. So I wanted to see what's up with this. There's also a few other things that I wanted to talk about, and I gave us some links down the bottom. And first thing was, I guess there was like a 6.0 earthquake down in Nevada that was removed by the USGS. And so, or it was a misreading or something like that. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit here, because I know that one of the things that I saw earlier was this guy. That's one of the links that I gave you guys is I guess he's like maybe a geologist or something like that. But yeah, he was like doing a live stream himself, and the thing disappeared. And so definitely have to look into that thing. It's just a little bit harder to talk about this when I can't exactly show you what I'm doing, and so it's a little tough. And then there was also another link there for a video I was watching by I believe it was Discovery, and this came out just recently that there was they keep pushing back the clock, right? And so the question is like, when did the first natives basically, when did North America, the United States type area, when did that actually start having people here, actual people? And that number just keeps getting pushed back further and further. And I guess outside of Riley, Oregon, they just found like a bunch of tools and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, this like carnelian that they napped into like a scraper, I think is what it was. They're like, carnelian is not found around here in that era. And so I think that's what it was. And so it was like, this had to have been brought here. This had to have been like lost. But you got to wonder too. It's like, I feel like a tool like that isn't something that you would just discard. And so, yeah, it's an interesting one. But doing the truck stuff too. Oh man, hopefully next weekend. Yep, exactly. Man, I tell you, it's always something, huh, buddy? I tell you. Hey, Epoch, good to see you tonight. How you guys doing? Anything cool happening over there back east? Finding any green rocks this week? Oh, geez. How are we doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Ooh. So make sure you check in the description there. Included a bunch of links. And ones we were talking about here were we were looking at, there was a 6.0 earthquake that was removed, or down in Nevada that was removed by the USGS. And then still trying to figure out what's going on with that, though, because it's like, a false quake. So they do say that December 4th, there was what looked to be a 5.9 or 6.0 earthquake near Dayton, Nevada, right outside Carson City, or Dayton, Nevada and Carson City. even the people got warnings and everything, but later on, they were saying that it was a false alert. No actual earthquake, occurred. And so what I'm curious about is like, did anybody feel anything? Because I mean, like, is there, I mean, come on. All you'd have to do is call somebody up, right? I mean, there's quite a few people out there. Yep. Called it a false event. So I'm not really sure. And that's why I linked that video to you guys at the end. And then no work. Site's all messed up. Oh, yeah. Has that been to repair the Nintendo 3DS in your workshop? No. Sorry, man. This is a rock workshop. But I'm sure I could figure out how to do that. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself a rock like this, right? And you want to put that thing out on another rock, maybe something that looks like this, and you just hit it and hit it and hit it until you quit worrying about video games. And then you're going to have freedom. And that fixes it right there. It's good. But it would be cool if I could, right? Magical workshop. So yeah, Epoch, what's going on, man? You get that, you said the work site's all messed up. Is it just mudded? You guys getting all kinds of flooding and stuff over there, right? Snow flooding? Snowquakes? So yeah, going back to what we were talking about though. So, false alerts on the 5.9, 6.0 earthquake, right? So I guess they took it off of the map, the catalog, which is one of the things I wanted to show you guys is the actual map of these, because you can actually see it's pretty neat. It's like a, Google Earth type deal. Pretty rare, but it was kind of interesting, because it's like when it is something rare like that, I mean, I feel like you could have just called up anybody and said, hey, did you guys feel that? No, there was nothing. Okay. Yep. False alarm. But you know what, really the thing that's not very awesome about this is that, you're supposed to have like warning systems, right? And so if warning systems are not working, and I mean, it's not like this stuff happens I mean, it seems like it would be very easy to make sure that, your systems are not only functional, but I mean, these are the kinds of things that it's like, yeah, pretty simple. I mean, with an earthquake, you're going to feel it. And is there any kind of way to prepare for that? I don't know. I'm not a USGS geologist or anything like that, but man, to me, that's a little bit spook. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have, good ideas of, maybe some kind of, indicator. That's a word that I'm looking for. Indicators. I'm sure they have some kind of indicators, but yeah. So, and then yes, the other thing is there were ancient Americans found in Oregon, more ancienter, even ancienter. And so I did want to tell you about that one too, because that was pretty interesting. So let me see if I can pull that article back up. Oh yeah. Where was it? See, I had tabs this time, but I didn't include this tab. So, right. That's what it was. Okay. So, pretty sure this one was it. And it's not. The voices only get louder if I refuse to play. I game to feel normal now, but does the rock workshop involve rock carving? Yeah, absolutely, it does. In fact, you see that thing behind me there? This guy? let me pull this for you, actually. I'll give you a little so this thing's called a flex shaft, right? And so it's kind of wonky right here just because I've got this on it, but it was just a cheap and easy way for me to extend and, get it to the height that I wanted to, right? It's called a grobet. It's called flex shaft. Yep. But anyway, this motor does have quite a bit of, torque, if you will, on it. And so, but what you have is you have this little right here, right? And so it's like a little Dremel, but when you hang it up, you can go and carve whatever you want onto it. So it's pretty wicked tool. And you can pick these things up for like, I don't know, maybe like $100. Oh, come on. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, you can pick one of those things up for like $100, and then you get like I don't even know if I'd really recommend it, but I suppose you got to start somewhere, right? So then you go get yourself one of these at like Harbor Freight, right? And what that is that's going to be all different kinds of little, diamond coated bits, right? So say for instance, you saw the one that had that ball on it, right? And there's a couple different sizes, but say you're trying to shoot an angle there. Oh, yeah, see that? So that one's just more of kind of like a bevel, right? And so if you're gonna try to work maybe a more broad type thing, you use a tool like that. But these things are trash. They're not good at all. And you'll burn through these things from what I understand, no matter what. But yeah, that's a little thing you want to look for. Just look for a little diamond kit. And I mean, really, if you're doing it proper, you can get started pretty cheap. In fact, let me see if I can pull this guy, because what it's got is here. Oh, come on. It comes with a foot pedal, right? And so that's how you operate it. And so you plug the tool into it, plug this into the wall. Now you got your little foot pedal there. And then you also have, not that, but this guy right here. These are the ones I went and bought for like, seriously, I probably got like a dozen of them for like $20 or something. But you have this little clip on there, right? And you can put this wherever you want. You just get some cheap line in here. In fact, that's what I've got running this. You can see the hoses coming off. I just rigged one of these up on a magnet so I can put it wherever I want. It's got your ball valve. This is an adjuster, the red. And then this is a fine adjuster as well. So you actually have multiple levels of adjustment you can do. For how cheap it is, even if two of them show up broke or, broken, whatever, it doesn't matter. The only thing that I really didn't like, though, and I think that could have, it might just be me, but if you're getting a bunch of these things, you should be able to just take all these apart and like put them together. I should be able to make one. If I've got enough of these, it should be like a little Lego. Why is it not? Or, am I just stupid? You know what I mean? It very well could be the latter. But for the price, you really can't beat it. So I would definitely get on these. And then, really what you're doing, though, is you use a little grobet like that. And it's going to be awesome. So let me see if I can get back up in here. Sorry about all that. Yep, lots of snow here, no heat. Yep, there you go, quitted. Yep. Hey, how we doing, everybody? Thanks for joining everyone tonight. Are the Native American artifacts older than the sandals found at Fort Rock? I'm not sure about that, but I definitely want to go over there because every time I go over to Glass Buttes, Riley's right down the road. And actually the store there is owned by some younger people. I think the elderly folks who did own it either moved on. But yeah, there's like little kitchen and stuff on it now. It's pretty cool. And then wasn't there an earthquake in Alaska too? There's actually been a ton of earthquakes lately, and that's why I wanted to be able to pull up some of this stuff, because that link, that I gave you, that's just one dude talking about it. But I would like to be able to like go through and, throughout the week, once we get to Saturdays like this, we just pull those things up and we'll start chatting about them too. Cereal. Awesome. What kinds of Clorox wipes do you use? Clorox wipes. Really, in a shop like this, probably don't. It's kind of a waste. You just, like, don't get me wrong, I do have these, but this is actually not wipes, dude. It's ceramic media. And yeah. But what I would say is, for your rock shop, because dust is bad no matter what in the rock shop. And so I would say the best thing you could do is go get those super cheap, like, hold on, let me pull up. So like there's these things. You can see they're like super cheap microfiber. But since they come in color like that, because you'll get blue, orange, green, red, whatever, right? So you go through your colors and you say, okay, all the red ones are going to be like, for oil. And then, so if you're ever using your mineral oil, need to wipe something off, you already color coordinated. And you can buy like 100 pack of those things for like $10. It's nothing. Well, not even $10. It's probably like, $5. But whatever. It's not about that. It's about the color. And actually they work pretty well. But if you take something like your yellows or your oranges, and then you have just set up like that, because then you can potentially also not cross-contaminate, because not so much about the oil. It's about, like, say you're using grit or something. Well, I don't want to have to go from, potentially, you could get that contamination issue. And so that's where it's like, okay, I think it works pretty well. So what I'm getting at here, though, is if you check those things out, right, then every time you do your work, even like this, last time I didn't do very well at, keeping clean. But what I typically like to do is I like to spray my belts off and, keep them up into something like that. But then that's why I have my water kind of just rest, because then as it will always keep things down. But yeah, the big thing is cut down on your dust. Now I do have these two like HEPA filters, small ones like that, that I picked up a while back. They work great. There's a few things that, kind of stink about them, to where it's like placement. That kind of sucks sometimes. But if I'm going to be running, like, once I get to where I'm fully operational and all the sphere machines are running, I'm going to want some kind of like just a little bit more. And so what I think, it's good to have some kind of extra dust filter. Now, you also notice that these guys, these are what you need. This is actually the respirator. It's worth it, totally worth it. If you're doing a lot of work, should be wearing one of these. But number one, I'm not doing a lot of work right now. And number two, it would be ridiculous for me to wear a respirator or have a super loud, air filter going when I'm trying to chat. So yeah, Oregon, proud to be in Oregon. Oh yeah, it's great here. Do you ever get over to the Glass Buttes? No problem. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. I love your name. It's great. Cool, awesome, best ever. I agree. It is the best ever. And here soon, this should be, well, one of the best evers. Because we're going to have not only the big beast here going. It's a slow speed. They're all slow. But we're going to be able to actually start ripping things out. Now, I did want to work on some stuff tonight, because you can see I still got the horn on the ball from last week, right? Well, it's not completely done yet, but I figured it would make, like a good masher. You know, put something in like one of those setups. Yeah. Anyway, enough being silly with that. I just, like I was using last week, right? Because I have the 60 and the 100. This 100 is brand new. This 60 is just tired. So there was no way that I was like going to keep going on this stuff because last week, just standing there, standing on concrete, maybe it was whatever I was doing, just kind of wrecked my back. I might fire it up. I might not. I don't know. We're just trying. But yeah, I think that it's going to be wicked if we can get maybe a video made over there at that, what do you call it, Rimrock Draw. Because, you know, I mean, it's not so much rock hounding, but, you know, it's pretty neat. And so, yeah, University of Oregon's been working on it since 2011. It was pretty neat. They found fragments of like, what do you call it? The camels, like some kind of camel teeth, and bison. And they radiocarbon dated it, of course. So, and here was what the crazy thing is it was like hold on, let me find it. 18,250 years before present, right? So they use the before present date because after nukes or something like that, kind of, you know, how do you say, kind of scorched things on the radiocarbon dating, right? So that's why they use that. But I mean, that's a long time ago. So I think we definitely need to get over there. Definitely need to check this thing out. And I definitely think that it would be a lot of fun. Now, Epoch is supposed to be coming back over here, like, I don't know, whenever he figures it out, right? What's up, man? Thanks for joining tonight, all the way over there on the vacationing coast. Good to see you guys. Hope you enjoyed dinner, or are going to enjoy. You know what I mean, bro. You know what I mean. So, and then yeah, Nate's gonna be the guy helping me get this thing polished here before too long. I did get it mostly figured out. We're not running it through it right now, but like, I guess I was not in the right setting to set everything up. And now I am in the right setting, but now I just got to make sure. And I think I might have to bring another monitor here just so then I can, anyway, that's all. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. We're going to get it figured out. It's going to be cool. And then I did, that was the other thing. I totally there was a Black Friday sale that I was going to get. It was going to be 2 webcams, and I kind of missed out. Well, I'm sure I could still get it, but I wanted to get it set up. So then it was like, boom, you know, have it over a tool or something, and then we could switchy and everything like that because I got my little control box. Sweet. Yeah, I need 2 monitors. I know it, dude. And what stinks too is like the TV doesn't count it as a monitor, you know? And I was like, wait a minute, why? What? It's like, nope. So yeah, but so yeah, definitely check out the links too in the bottom there. Epoch, and then Nate, I don't know if you saw these either, but I put the links down on the bottom. I'm sure you and the other rock nerd would like the videos that I linked down in the description. Because yeah, I guess like, you know, there were some teeth, some camel teeth found out there, out by Glass Buttes at Riley. And so at Rimrock. And so we're going to have to go out there before too long. In the Paisley Caves complex, they found human coprolites that were about 14,300 years ago, right? But the new stuff over here at Rimrock is 18,250 years. And so it's like, people have been loving Oregon since way before Oregon, bro. It's pretty cool. And so, yeah, the Fort Rock caves, those were only 9,000 to 13,000 years ago, I think was what that was. Yep. Rimrock and Paisley. Yep. And so, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Definitely check with them out. Sweet. Yeah, Epoch, it's probably getting a little late for you, isn't there, buddy? I might have to start pulling these a little earlier because, you know, there's the East Coast. We gotta be nice to the East Coasters too, and 10 o'clock might be a little late for them. So maybe we can cut the difference or something like that. Let's see what we can do over there. Because, you know, gotta give the East Coast some love too. I mean, it's a little bit different telling a bunch of New Englanders about Oregon rock hounding sites, but you know, maybe they'll come over, hang out more. You know, I hear there's a lot of people on the East Coast, so, and you can see I have made absolutely zero progress on these after my terrible hole drilling skills last time. And so, oh, nice. Well, I appreciate that, man. And we'll see. You know, I'm just also thinking because like summertime, man, we're going to be out there and, you know, it don't get dark until 9, if not later. So, you know, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, that's just barely nighttime. And we'll still be daylight over here. Unless you come out here and for the digging season too, you know, because that's what it's supposed to be, right? I mean, yeah. But I didn't get any of the work done this week, but I'm thinking about it. I'm still waiting to hear from what do you call it? My sister to see what's going on with the epoxy stuff. Yeah, exactly. We're going to be digging at night, which means what time do we need to start? Boom, at night. We start at night. We get that camera rolling. We turn the machines on, and we get to, you know, we get to getting it. And yeah, because during the daytime, man, it gets so hot out there. Plus, I mean, man, I must have been born a ginger, but without ginger hair features and whatnot. Because God, that sun is just brutal on me sometimes. And there's nothing you can do either. I mean, like, unless you're going like full blown hijab, man. You know, wearing a motorcycle helmet around or something. But no, it's brutal sometimes because you'll get not only that super high UV index, which is legit high out there, and so yeah, it can be a little brutal, but you also get that wind, you know, and if it's just, you know, it's not a lot, but it's constant, it's just whoosh, yeah, it's brutal. So that's where night's much better. I'd rather fight scorpions than, you know, the sun. So yeah. Did want to check this out too, though. That's pretty warm for a second. So, because I know these cups need to come off. You know, these are definitely not ready. What's going on? What are we caught up here? I'm going to try to maybe pull these cups, see if we can actually get some work done. Look at all these though. Oh yeah, beautiful. You know, it's not quite as attractive as having a whole wall full of cups, but you know, it is pretty nice. So what I actually need to do though, so I had a bucket with all of my, there they are. There we go. You know, I think that will do. And then what I'd really like to do is get these cups off. And so I think what we're probably going to need is my, oh, that's right. That's right. Why did I do that to myself? Tools are all the way out in the truck. But I think I can get just a tiny little Allen. Well, that's even smaller than that. Huh, crazy. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta grab that Allen key. This should probably work. That's pretty small, dude. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. Now I'm going to, of course, have to fight it. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. These just come off. Nope. Sweet. That turn radius is great. Oh, man. So, yeah. You guys got, oh, hey, how you doing tonight, Digger? Good to hear from you. Thanks for joining. Trying to get these little things off real quick, but they don't want to come off. So, I don't know what's going on with that. Don't want to keep fighting this, though. I hope you're all having a good Saturday. Yeah, indeed. It is a good Saturday, man. We had some great weather today. Where are you digging out there, Digger? Seems to be there. Those are 2 set screws. That's the one part about these home builds. Oh, I love Secret Creek. My favorite. Oh, I got a few Secret Creek. I got East Secret Creek, West Secret Creek. In fact, I was just recently at the lower Secret Creek, and Lower Secret Creek was doing well. Oh man, come on! Well, what is going on with these things? Maybe that is a double set screw. Don't you gotta love the home builds, home brews, man. These ones are great. I don't know why the dude used such tiny little set screws, but hey, you know, maybe that was just what he had in the drawer. Oh god, look at that. Oh, nope. Maybe. All right. Let's not fight this as much. Pull this guy back a little bit more. Come on. That's maybe going to help. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this thing just... This is why you got to keep your shop stuff all nice and clean because, wow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to not pry this off. Come on. Wow, that thing really ain't going anywhere, is it? All right. What's up with this thing, dude? Get this thing off of here. Actually, I posted a reel about 15 minutes ago here on my new page. Sweet. Oh, check that out, man. I love it when Secret Creek is plentiful. I'll tell you what, actually, this is like, depending on where in Oregon you're at, this is one of the best times of year to go. Actually, though, it wasn't the best time because I still was able to get poison oak. I don't know if you can see it in between my fingers. Yeah, and then a little bit right up here on the top. Yep. And that was from about a week and a half ago. That's a great feeling. You're like, oh no, I'm totally safe. No poison oak here. And then you go through it and you're like, ah, gee, where did this come from? And you know what it was? A lot of the times you have like a sweatshirt or something and it brushes up against it. And then you're like, oh, you know, walking like a monkey and everything like that. And now where you thought, you know, you get it and you get a little bit because it's evil bush from Satan himself. Oh, come on, dude. What is this? What? The set screws aren't even in. What is holding this thing together? Wow. This is a very special. Let's see. Go anywhere? Just a little wiggle? No, you can. Okay, I'll let you. No, you don't want to? I don't know why not, but bro, I swear if this dude glued these things, did bro glue these things? All right. Yeah, this one don't have a set screw over here. So clearly those set screws ain't doing a whole lot of work. So I got those out on this one right here. So we're just going to sit them there for just a second here now. And then we're going to get this ultra bright. We call this the light of Gondor. Just unfortunately I had to like, because the headband stretched out. JB Will, that yeah, I'm wondering if it's machine only way to problems. Exactly. This thing, yep, you know what did this? Or if it floated. Or it floats. Yeah. Come on. Oh, that's actually kind of impressive. And I bet you, oh man, you know what? Let me get this because I don't want a bunch of rock dust all over my hand trying to work on this thing. Oh, yeah. Well, probably going to need a wrench key, of course. Oh, and of course, all my wrenches are outside. Yeah. Why wouldn't that be? Ah, you love Rock Shop. All right. Too little, too big. All right. Let's see if we can actually get this off. I don't know why, I should, grab the UV light, the UV flamethrower, and see what's up. See if it is glued. Whoa, like. I don't know. Why are these no? Why is it no come off? Huh. Well, what about this one? Oh, whoa. What's going on here? Is this like... Oh, I swear. Did this guy glue it? I almost... Oh, man. You gotta be kidding me, dude. What is this? All right, so we're gonna hold this a little bit more open. Come on. There. Like that. Like that. Really? Nothing? Bro, what is going on? I'm just chewing that up. Well, gotta love it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, that one that I'm fighting, those are the set screws. And when I look into it, it is a little dirty. But more than anything, I'm wondering, yeah, did they put some kind of glue in there? Because if so, thanks. Really appreciate the glue, bud. Yeah. It doesn't really look. Nah. That's not it's not any kind of glue shavings, but geez. What the hell is going on? It'd be nice if there was like you know, the home built instructions. All right, man. Now, eventually, this thing's gonna get stuck. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was going somewhere. Get a bigger hammer. Exactly. Well, the thing is I'm just trying to, barely move it to where I'm not like, there it is. Nope, there it's not. It's moving a little bit. At least I think it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do have to hit it harder. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, this thing actually is kind of good for that. I just need to hit it harder. Dude, I so badly want to hit it with a rock. That's the thing. Trying not to hit it with a rock. You tap, just do a tappy tap, exactly. Yeah. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. You know what we should do? Like, strap that thing down so it's not fighting it as well. I need like a massive zip tie. It's all in the hips. Yeah, exactly. Just gotta. Exactly. Let's see. No, dude, I had zip ties. I did. But instead, we're going to use toe strap because you can tell how good I am with vehicles. Constantly. Jeez. So here, you just stay put. Quit trying to go places. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Much better. Come on. Oh, it's much, much further. I've definitely got like at least a half an inch. You know what? I don't think I'm the first person to have to do this, to be honest. Yeah, because see, that's the part that sucks. Oh, there. Dude, I think I just figured it out. Look at moron. So I'm just going to fight the handle the whole time. If I would have just turned the hammer around. Jeez. Just. Oh, yeah. Much more leverage. Jeez. Just remember, I've got a master's degree. And here I am, hitting the hammer with the pliers. Brilliant. Yeah, I think actually if I actually can tap it with the tappy, that will get it though. But like I said, my other hammer, I'm pretty sure, is in the truck. So I was smashing stuff up. Let's see if I can scrounge up another hammer. Oh, dude, sometimes. Oh yeah, here we go. That's better. All right. What hammer is this? Oh. Really? Come on, dude. Bro. What is this? This is madness. All right, we're gonna move this thing. I'm gonna pull some of these out of the way. Because, you know, work harder, not smarter. I mean, hard, smarter. All right. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we're just I'm gonna show you a little bit of that because I'm sure actually I can move that camera, you know, to more accurately look at that. Oh God, what happened? Oh, maybe more. One more. So, I know this is ridiculous, and if I had a little bit more room, I'd do that. But maybe you can see right here in this gap a little bit. Jeez, you know what? No wonder. Let's do this. Check it out. Come on now. All right. See this thing? It's not really coming off. And there's now the gap where it looks like it was undercut or whatever. And this cord is not long enough to show you that. But yeah, that's pretty stupid. You can kind of catch a little bit of it. Oh, there you can see it. Yep, pretty dumb. Let me get this thing back on. Jesus. This is terrible, isn't it? Oh, God, stop. So, something like that. I want to get this off because this is ridiculous. This whole thing has been ridiculous. Yeah. Like that. Oh, there we go. If I just notch that a little bit, step on this. Success. And there's our answer. And there is our answer. This dude put a piece of brass in there. Why? I don't understand what that was about. And is there more? Because it was like they stuffed it in. So there's a flat spot on this, right? You got the shaft that comes out, and it's like a D shape. Well, because this adapter is not D shaped, right? They figured that if they put this in there, right where those set screws are, they could create a D shape. And it, it probably made it more centered, but that also made it really a huge pain in the ass to get off. And so it's like, since the hole centered, should have been good enough, bro. Like, what's up? Am I missing something? Yeah, exactly. Yep, makes me feel better too. And hammer for the hammer. Exactly. Yep. Keep it from working off the machine. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm hoping the other two are not nearly as ridiculous, because what I would like to do, yeah, see, these are weird cups too. It's not even a, yeah, this is something we're definitely going to have to investigate. So here's your cup. This is your homemade cup, right? It's like a piece of wood up here. You know, it's got like some kind of, yeah. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to take this thing apart, clean it up, look at it, make fun of it probably, get some ideas from it. And yeah, but dude, put just that little piece of brass in there, and that's what was giving me such a hard time. What a pain in the ass. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to clean that up. Make sure those things are clean when I put them back on there. Ah. Pushes it towards the motor. Yeah, because see, that's all like, it's not like beating it really did anything, you know, like to the shaft itself there. But I feel like yeah, maybe they did put on a little bit of something to like Loctite or something like that. Of course, my tool bag is out in the truck there, which, by this point I might as well have just have gone out and got it, right? But I'm thinking that maybe what I'll do, yeah, because I can see, oh, look at that. No, the set screw wasn't even there. Bro. So there was just, bro, that's cool. That's cool. So check it out. I put this on the D, right? So I think what they did is they tried to take the difference here and put this right on top of that to try to make a circle. Bruh. And then when they put the cup on, what happened is this extended out about yay much, right? So if this is the D, it sat on it like that, and then it extended over like that. And so that was what was probably, because then when it gets pinched down, right, what happens? Maybe it pushes like this, and it goes down into it, and it's kind of grabbing. Huh. Interesting. That's cool, though. As long as we got it off, right? Why is this one? Oh, it's because it's not sitting in place. That's not. Oh, I need another wing nut. I'm missing a wing nut. Where's my wingy? Oh, little wingy nut. The other thing I should probably do is, even though I'm probably not going to use these cups, I am going to replace these put these set screws back in place. And so if I ever do find that I want to use these, I'll have them. And, they're tiny. So I don't want them to just get vacuumed up or something. Because, yep, even vacuum the shop. This green tabletop stuff here, this synth grass, I actually do like it. It's not the best for a table, but it does make for good shop floor, I feel like. Oh, yeah. Colossal pain in the butt, bro. So, Code Red, I've been trying to get on this for better part of 5 years. And, I broke my core drills. I've got, yeah, look at this. So, this was the first core drill, right? And it snapped it off, right here, because I wasn't paying enough attention when I put my work down, and it full blown snapped off of the rig. And so I had to, fortunately, I had 2 of those, because the guy that bought them from me, he's like, hey, do you want this other one? I mean, and I was like, sure. Well, it was funny because, that was half of the machine. Well, and you put them together like a capsule, right? So I ripped that one off. Clearly broke it. It ripped off the machine, the rig. And so I was like, dude, I'm dead in the water. Well, the other machine, the bottom part of it didn't work, but the top was good. And the top on that one didn't work, but the bottom was good. So I cobbled them together. I got bold one day and was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Nothing's working right now. I wonder if I can just put these together. What's the worst that could happen? And it worked. In fact, there was as soon as I opened it, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Because there was all these gear sets in there, for the torquing and everything. And I was just like, oh my God, what? I let it sit for a month because I was just like, I don't even know what to do. This is way beyond my pay grade. And then, yeah, I was just like, you know what? Screw it. And I was trying to work it, and was doing this kind of thing like that. And then it was just like, boom. And I was like, put it all together quick. And I was like, turned it on. Oh, it works. Oh, yeah. I was so stoked. Dude, yeah, for real. Silly stoked. I was very happy about it. Because, like I said, way beyond my pay grade. But But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I think what we'll probably do is we're going to draw this back a little bit, because what I wanted to do, not only just clean this machine up and get this prepped, but I wanted to show you this, because here's the cool part, is these machines are not very loud. We already kind of tested that one, but that's my tea station right now. So, but what's nice is you see here, it's got the receptacle plug. And what I'm wondering is, do we daisy chain them? Can they be daisy chained? Because if that's the whole purpose of this, then we're sitting in a whole different game. Because, you know, that's wicked. That's really cool. And it would be really nice if I could just be like, hey, you know. But I think what it is it would be like click, 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 you know. So we're going to have this one on right here. None of the cups are touching this. We're just going to pull it back a little bit. Because I want to say this one's actually it sounds like it's got something wrong with the motor. Or maybe like there's a vibration issue or something like that. So this thing's just going to sit for a moment. But what we will do is we're going to pull this back. So oh yeah, there we go. Because I want to show you these cups on this machine too. Because these actually I am going to use these. Not so much those, but definitely these ones. So I want to get those cups off as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the cord that comes off of this one. Now we're going to come over here, plug it into this one. Make sure I don't have any kind of, you know what? For now, we're just going to put you down here to be safe. And you too. So. Oh, yeah, look at that. Not that loud. Now, that's what it should sound like. So, here's the question. If I go like, I mean, is this going to be super loud? Especially when it's like, so, I do like the fact that I can plug them all in to each other. That's great. And I like the fact that I can manually switch them off on at machine. That's great. I really do like that. So this is going to be nice. Now what I'm going to have to do is get one of these cups off, because I want to show you guys what this one looks like. How long does each step take? We'll see. That's the whole best part, man. Once you actually get this stuff going, to put in the rough, or the rough cups, beyond the roughing cups, maybe 5 minutes. It's fast. Now, unfortunately, that also is like, determining on what kind of material it is. Serpentine versus agate, that's going to be a huge difference, right, on your time frames. You also have high speed versus low speed. These are all low speed, so that's going to effectively double or triple the time. Is that a big problem for me? Don't really care, because I got to start somewhere, right? And the high speed machines, yeah, one day that'd be great. But right now, I was able to get all these machines progressively. All of these 4 sphere machines I got for under $1,000. And yeah, it took me 4 years to get everything, and I'm still not fully operational, but hey, whatever. You got to think of different things, right? So I'm not really trying to be a rock seller right now, but how much does a ball sell for? Especially a 4-inch. It's a big ball. So if you got a ball this big, not like that, you could see the horn Oh, yeah. So you got a ball like this, right? Oh, that actually looks pretty good right there, huh? So it's so deceitful too. Because we all know, look at it, it's like a diamond on the bottom. Oh, geez. That's funny. But anyway, you got a nice ball like that, man. You can easily get $100 for it, man. And so what? I sell maybe 10 balls and I get all my money back, Well, not all my money back, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's coming along. Code Red, it is. Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing, man. Is like I kind of I chased a lot of rabbits, if you will, right? So at first it was like, okay, well, I need these things, right? So I had like a 24-inch vibratory lap. I had a Covington combo unit. I had, I've had tumblers. I've had all this stuff, but it was just like now I'm liquidating down to where it's like, no, I just want to have the rock balls. And I always will have to have my little saw. I love this thing. This thing's the best little hobbyist saw. I think that everybody should have just a little 10, 12 inch if you're getting into rocks, you like to cut rocks, stuff like that. Because I'll tell you what, I have learned more about rocks from cutting rocks than anything else, hands down. Cutting a rock open will tell you more about it, because you're like, oh, well, what's up with all this, and then you can chase rabbits, basically. So let me see if I can get this one off. And I know. And by the way, I hate this down here. I do not like the fact that I have cable right now, but I have my my mini extension cords are outside for holiday stuff. So unfortunately, I kind of have a little bit of a trip hazard here. So I'm going to address that instead of just talking about it. And we'll put that up on the bucket so it's a little bit less of a trip hazard, but equally as ugly. So let me get this right here. See if little baby will do it right here, the baby Allen key. And yeah. Oh, dude, you gotta be kidding me. It's smaller? I didn't know they had smaller. Bro. If this thing had wheels. If this thing had wheels. All right. It's like for the 20 cents small. Yeah, exactly. Those 10-inch oil cells are great for your average rockhound. 100%. Cutting agates, cutting jasper, anything really. Anything. Because they're easy. It's not a whole lot of work. You're just like, yep, yeah. And I love them. I love the little saw. It's great. And it does need a little bit of work right now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It needs some work. I gotta pull this off, and there's like a set screw or something that went missing. That's also why I'm not getting rid of these set screws, because I might need to go set screw shopping here soon. Let me go see if I can actually get a smaller Allen key real quick, because yeah, apparently you can get a smaller one. Looks like this rusty old Allen set right here might be the answer. Let's see real quick. Oh, that's the other thing. So I was watching earlier, and you can see that I do this thing. So I got myself a pull-up bar that I'm going to put probably right over there. And I guess if you like hang, it's supposed to really help out like your posture and everything like that. And of course, I like doing pull-ups. So I got to get that done this week. Oh, look at that. It does fit. Barely. Wait, what? Is that too small? Or round it off? What is going on here? Dude, look at how tiny it is. But it won't like, oh, it kind of moved. What is going on? The battle of the set screws. And look, I mean, there's only like, well, maybe this little one. I bet you that's too big though. Yeah. Dude, what is going on here, meow? All right, well, that's why we have these. Because it's just a stupid set screw. And worst case scenario, get another one. There we go. I knew you didn't want to stay there. We'll just forcefully extract you. And of course, it's like 3 inches long. Oh man, I love these helm builds, dude. All right. Yeah, look how easy that one came off. Whoa, what a concept. Look how long that set screw is compared to the other ones. Yeah. Tiny. But yeah, check that out. So there you go. Looks like maybe it was like, I don't know. What if they fabbed this or something? Yeah, look at that. So that's solid, right? And that was going to the machine. Let's see. I mean, there's a little bit of, yeah, so you can see the set screw holes up in there, right? So, but yeah, this is your, your cup right there. That's a piece of leather. And what they've done is bound it around it with some like spring. So I'm not really sure about that whole thing, but we're definitely going to be keeping these because these are what we'll be using with our cerium oxide and stuff like that. And with my wonky adapters, right? Look at those. Those are beautifully wonky. See that? Not bad, huh? Yeah. It's probably, we're not going to measure it or nothing. Don't need to. No, don't need to go there. But here's the cool part. I'm pretty sure those will fit. So, see how they got a reducer? Right? Oh, yeah. Pretty sure that will work. That will fit right in there. But if not, we have another adapter, So, we'll be able to just, there's always something we'll be able to do. So I'm thinking I'm going to take these off. Well, I think actually maybe we will. Maybe this will be our polishing machine because look how clean it is. It's already clean. It's already good. And maybe what we'll do, we'll put this back on for now. And we're going to have to determine if this is what we want to do. Because I think it would be good. I think it would. I don't like the set screw thing, but maybe I can live with that. Actually, before I put that set screw in, what is up with that? What is going on with this sizing? It's just worn to hell? Or is this rounded out? I think this is rounded out. Because it's, yeah, that's micro. And this actually doesn't look bad. I need one of those, you know what? I actually do have a little microscope thing. And that's another tool I want to be able to use while we're doing these things. Put the little microscope on there and be like, yeah, check this out. All right, so we got that in there. And now, that's not bad. So I think this one's operational, ready to rock and roll. So that means we're just going to take the other cups off of there and probably call that ready to be cleaned up, because I don't know. I don't know how much I actually like that color, to be honest. And I know it's trivial, but that's wood colored, gray, and then this thing's green. And so it's like, man, maybe, and I can just take these things off, these little sliders, which that's fine. I don't care if this part's gray, but if the base was a color, that'd be a lot better. Same thing with these. Base was a color, that'd be nice. These can be wood. Don't really care. Don't really care. So let's see if we can get these guys off. And I like their little chain setup, to be honest. What they did is they pinched together a, what do you call it? A washer, and then notched out with maybe like a saw or something, basically the width of this little chain here that they've got springs on, so you can see, and it goes one machine to the other, right? And then you can see the width of that chain right there. Yeah, well, that just slips right in, to the washer, to the notched washer. And so that's pretty cool. But, and then if you want to, you just one more link. Actually, you know what? I do want to put this back how it was, because, yeah, straps are a whole lot easier to use when they're not a mess. Riveting content here, huh? Pull the shoulders back for you. Yeah, exactly. I need to. Leather polishing cup. Yes, indeed, sir. Sounds plastic. I think it is. Extra wonk will make them round. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is the Rhodes Rock Shop. Oh, God. So, yeah. But, I would really, if I just had my bar, just, yeah. Because I heard you can actually go into a door frame and then, push into it like that. But you're supposed to have, your arms level or something like that. And I always get yeah. I'm like, are my arms level? So, anyway. Let's see if we can get these guys off. Don't clip that. That's right. This one was weird. Oh, you know what? I see red staining there. And so I'm wondering. Oh, wait. Did that just move? Maybe. Come on. Oh, dude. Okay, so we have a little bit of motion here, but the problem is it doesn't, it won't go beyond that. Weird. Okay. Oh, look at that. We get it. We getting it. Why it's like that, no one will ever know. But, yeah. There we go. Let's look at these rusty things. Yeah. Super rust. Yeah. I'm not even sure this one's going to be worth keeping, to be honest. And it's so tiny, I don't think I can actually show you. Let's see if this one's actually got the strip of metal. Up there. Maybe. Should be wearing my lamp. Help me out here. The light of Gondor. So it doesn't really look like it. I wonder if I might be able to get this cup off. Unlike the last. Nope. Okay. Well, when all else fails, hit it with hammers. At least I've dialed this technique down by now, somewhat. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was still using that strap. But that's also right. There's something else I saw on the way. I was like, oh, that'll work. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. You may be wondering, why wouldn't you just use a bungee cord? Because I am. There we go. All right, bungee cord. Oh, stay there. Okay. Now that that's in a position, we can conserve some battery life. And well, you guys still hang out. Appreciate it. Sorry, it's not too much super interesting stuff going on tonight. Come on. But hey, you know what? This is the stuff that we got to do sometimes. Oh yeah, that's right. Stepping on this helped. This one seems like already like it's going to come off easier. Yep. Just barely. Just a little tappy tap. The problem is there's really not that much like surface. Woo. I should be wearing gloves. Yep. I should be wearing gloves. So remember how remember I was showing you that cup? Well, you see how sharp that is? It's pretty sharp. Probably should have thought about that. Fortunately, that's my old kitchen thumb. And oh yeah. Probably better clean that off real quick. Yeah, that's cool. Excellent. Oh, and that's why you wear gloves in the shop. Give me just 1 second. So we're going to get any kind of weird YouTube stuff. Pull this thing. Oh, yeah. And pull the dirt off of that. Fortunately, it doesn't like hurt. But it's pretty nasty. At least I got the... Oh, yeah. There we go. That's clean. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to get... Where is that? Oh, there it is. A little bit of some alcohol. And clean that up real quick. Oh, yeah, a little bit of extra wonk. Indeed, bro. This is some straight wonk tonight. Ooh-wee. Yes, sir. And this is about to hurt like a son bitch. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. We're going to put some of this down on our nice sanitary surface. Yep. And we're going to jam that finger right into the... Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. where is, oh yeah, that's why I went over there. Spicy finger. Oh yeah. That is a spicy finger right there. Whew. But I think I got it cleaned out. So that's all right. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of this. Nah, dude. There's none of that. We don't have that. It's all right. Not a little bit of tape ain't going to solve. Yeah, man. What's up, dude? Good timing. How you doing tonight, man? Oh, God, look at... I'm failing at tape even. Get my little trash bin. Oh, yeah. So, Rock, dude. Glad you can make it, man. Just, doing a little white thumb. Hanging out. We're, hammering with hammers. And, taking these cups off. So, as you can see, whoo-wee. That one right there, we just got that off. And that little razor sharp edge there just gave me a little kiss. It's like, oh yeah, I miss you. Let me tell you the story of my people. And I just heard a little dingling dang dangle. Ah, there it is. I knew it. There's our piece of brass. So that's 2 pieces of brass. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I am gonna have to make sure I really clean this out once I'm done though, because yeah, that thing is caked in what do you call it? Rock dust. Fortunately, that's the last one. So really, I mean, hammering now, there's nothing I can smash my hand on. So I'm not gonna go and put a glove on now. But man, that's pretty awesome. You know what I should do actually is I got some super glue, but I need to clean it up first. A little bit more than I just did. But shop. Doing shop stuff. And this is why you wear gloves in a shop. So we're just going to put this and give it a little tap, 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 because this one is coming off like it should. Because, oh, look at that. You do the hardest one first. And then the others will follow. So we even had a little drop on our piece there. Look, didn't even have to beat that up at all. See? Not too bad. Compared to number 1 that we literally beat the hell out of. Look at that thing. Literally mauled that end. Yeah, you see all that freaking brass shiny? Yeah, that's because we were hammering the hell out of it trying to get it off. But, yeah, cool. Sweet Caroline. There we go. So now that we have that dialed in, my desk is, or my work table is slowly getting consumed tonight. Awesome. So, very nice. The other reason I'm stoked is because we're going to be able to use these. So that size should be all right. And then we take those, right? And we bust one of these out. And we find out which we are. That says 10,000. And I don't think it is 10,000. Well, we put this on. Yeah. See that little diamond polishing? Yeah. And then boop. Just put that on like that. Now we got that going. And now we'll got ready to rock and roll. And what's really cool is I actually have the sizes that correspond with the sizes that I have. So for instance, it's about 3-inch. So I should, in theory, be up and running once I get these two drilled. So I just need to do that. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. And that way I will at least be able to, get something rolling here. Because now the only thing that's really going to be holding me back is me. And really I got to order some of those sandpaper belts, because Rock Dude was so generous to do some researching for me and sent me some links, and I'll be getting probably like a 10 pack of those 30 grits or whatever, 40 grit that he sent me, because it's pretty cheap overall, and so it's not too bad, but it's going to make my the quality of life is going to improve. Because, you saw it last time. 100 grit. Man, that's taking forever. There wasn't really much I could do to speed it up. Leaning into things a little bit more just ends up putting pressure on your back, and it don't help when you're doing this. Old Hunchback McGee. Oh, yeah. Try to make my posture correct. So, here on the road, Rockhound, we care about all things, not just our rocks and minerals. So the last thing, because, there's one, those adapters that I showed you earlier for this machine, right? See the brass adapter that goes onto this cup? Well, this one has the same, but it's actually missing one of the adapters. And I didn't find it within the stuff that came with the machines themselves. And so what we're probably going to have to do is figure out what's going on there, or see if these guys are going to be, that's too big. So we might have to do, because see, these are too big, right? This will not go in there. So what we might have to do is, since we have on these big cups, and we're going to be primarily doing big stuff, right? We have those ones already. And this is too big, right, to go in there. So we're probably going to need to find some extension, which is going to work. So I'm going on my phone, tumbling through Facebook, I suppose. I need to, from what I understand, I was hearing that a good thing to do would be to start a emailing list. So that way people can get like notifications or something like that. Because YouTube kind of sucks at all this stuff. And if you're not like actively on YouTube at the moment, then sometimes you don't get the notifications. In fact, I'm on YouTube most all day long, and I don't get notifications for a lot of the channels that I'm subscribed to. So it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame, but I also don't know if like is a YouTube, or what do you call it? Like an emailing thing gonna be any better? I don't know. Do people really use email that much? Like, I don't know. Adding notifications on my calendar. Well, it's just every Saturday, man. At what do you call it? Like 7. I was thinking maybe pulling it back a little bit to like 6, just because we got some East Coast viewers, but I think that Epoch there, he was saying that he don't mind because it's not a work day. Sunday's not a work day, But I think in general, better late than never, buddy. You know, appreciate you even joining. I mean, we're just hanging out, doing some stuff, and you know, we're gonna keep checking things out. Also, Rock Dude, check out in the description there. I have some links. There was a couple cool videos I found this week, and then there was also just some of the websites that I use on some of these things, like to find rock hounding locations. You probably already use a lot of them. I mean, hell, you know more spots than damn near everybody I know. So, I mean, they're not you know, like it's not anything new to you. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people out there who, oh, maybe they've never used the BLM website. They don't even know it exists, right? So I figured, yeah, try to help everybody out. So, but yeah, man, we're gonna definitely keep on doing these things. Nate's gonna be helping me out. He already helped me out a bit on the streaming platform thing. So where I guess like I'd run it through a different program that then gets put onto YouTube, but it's all still live, right? There's just a little bit of delay, but that will allow me to like show you my desktop when, you know, and so that way it's like, okay, so check this map out here, you know, and we're going to go over and we're going to change this. And, you know, we'll show you how to, you know, do all that stuff. Plus there's other things that I want to do with it. Like, you know, I mean, I definitely want to show you the maps. There's also some of the stuff from my videos that I wouldn't mind showing you guys, to where it's like, you know, what do you call it? It's not reaction thing, but, you know, it's kind of like more info on it. Because Worthington, for instance, there's a lot of people around that, you know, I get messages all the time in that Southern Oregon Rockhounds group because, you know, I do the adminning in there. And it's like, messages from people all the time like, where do I rock hound? And it's like, dude, Worthington, that's a great spot just to like learn, you know, especially if you're new to the area, you know. And it's like the deeper you go in, the more you can find, because that area is huge. I mean, it goes all the way back to Butte Falls. So it's like, yeah, there's tons of places, but you know, you gotta just help people out. So yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be really cool. And then once we get going on the Sunstone operation, we're going to be running all this instead of from doing it here. We're going to be running it out from Rabbit Basin. So we're actually going to be, you know, while we're mining and stuff. So that's where it's going to be probably more than a Saturday night thing. It's going to be when I'm out there, we're going to be streaming as much as possible. And in fact, depending on what's going on, I'm actually thinking about maybe expanding this thing a little bit more just to kind of talk about stuff. Because really what I want to do is like, you know, I want to build more of a community here because yeah, there's a lot of rockhounds, right? But I think that a lot of us are kind of like lone wolves, you know, and we're not as collected as we could be. And so, and especially like new people, it's really difficult for new people who straight up don't know anything of what they're doing. And they're using like mostly newer type methods, right? So like they're looking up YouTube videos, they're going on to social media and stuff like that. As opposed to the little bit older generation where it's like, we go to the rock club or something like that or whatever, you know, they'd talk to Judy and Bob down the road. And, oh, yeah, well, we know Jim and Tammy love this stuff. And yeah, and so it was more community style back then. And I think that that's where, like, yeah, we could totally do the same thing, but, you know, using like modern devices, because I mean, hey, just because you're not living in Oregon or anything like that doesn't mean that you're not interested in what we're finding here. And especially when it comes to the sunstone mining, because once we start pulling some color, things are going to change, you know, because it's going to be a whole lot different than, yeah, I love agates and everything like that, but it's not, you know, a big chunky Oregon sunstone. Oregon sunstones are one of the rarest gemstones in the world if you actually look at it, because it's only in those localities, very, very few localities. And the Oregon sunstone is completely and wholly unique from other sunstones. That's why it's called an Oregon sunstone, not just sunstones. these have copper in them, not hematite. And so it's like, and they get big, and they have color, and they have schiller. It's all that stuff. And it's just, it's wild. And once we get up on this and, really start going, I think it's just going to be great. And I want to get it to where we're actually doing this, more often. I want to do to where we're looking at more than just sunstones, I'd love to get it because the mining community is pretty big, I mean, go down to Tucson and, Quartzsite or whatever it is. And those shows are massive. And so, you can meet a lot of people there that it's like, oh, what are you doing? Well, we mine turquoise here. Great, cool. Come show me what you guys do. I think it'd be great. Have a lot of fun doing that, kind of one of those beauties right now. More sources, the better. Exactly. And that's exactly what I want to do. Is I want to get it to where it's not just just the Rockhounds. It's also like the second order effects, like the onion, so where it's like, yeah, if you're looking to just find little rock hounding locations, great. If you're looking to, learn about different faceting techniques, great. We got people for that. I mean, two of my business partners, they're gemstone faceting dudes, Epoch, he's getting his machine here in 7 days or so. So he's going to be all about it. And so he's definitely going to be reaching out for resources. And then Brian, Lucy, yeah, he's won like awards and stuff or something like that, or competition. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was, but I just know that in like his second or third year or whatever of cutting gemstones, dude's already kicking butt. So I'm just like, yep. And, I think that if we get some of this, these layers going to where it's like basically whatever it is that you want to do, you want to learn tumbling stuff, sphere stuff, whatever, cool. There's a whole community, and if if we ain't able to help you, then we'll figure out how. So it's gonna be good. Oh yeah, I think everybody's got to get out there, dude. And yes, live streaming from Rabbit Basin is gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be a whole different thing. Certified by the U.S. Facetors Guild for cutting. Brian, is that Brian you're talking about, Code Red? Because, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Brian's a machine. Yeah, dude, that guy's a beast. That's why I'm like, hey, bro, want to go into business? Soon the machine right now. I'm messing with the Temu sander. Yeah, I know. That was hilarious, by the way. So Epoch there, he's, he's the other partner in crime here. And, yeah, he's been messing with this Temu sander thing. So, hey, what's up, Digger? Welcome back, man. Yeah, I mean, that's the cool part about these hangout sessions is we're just, going to be hanging out, doing stuff. Drop in, chat, and whenever you want. It's great, So we're just talking about whatever. I did got a cool thing here because apparently, I don't know if you made it for this one, but these cups that I was pulling off of the machine here, yeah, they're like razor blades right at the edge there. I mean, you can see pretty thin. Ooh, yeah, look at the sparkle on that too, right on that edge. Well, do a little tap, 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 and right into the old Thummenstein. So yeah, seeing me in the video, learning what I can from him. It's Wizard for sure. Oh yeah. And he's going to be, so that's kind of part of what, we're also trying to do is like, I don't know that much about the social media stuff and like making videos and all that. I just try my best, right? And I think that's what everybody's trying to do. And so we're finding these little niches where it's like, hey man, well, I've learned that some of this stuff kind of works, and so maybe you can use some of that to get where you're wanting to go. So like there's a lot of people that locally here have been doing more of the social media stuff, and I encourage it. In fact, this is why I'm like, come hang out, come talk, tell people about your social media. I don't care who you are. If you're in the rock hounding and you're doing lapidary stuff or just rock hounding, whatever, it doesn't matter. Going down the river, showing people what's up. If you're part of the community, and you're doing this stuff, dude, let others know that's what this is all about. It's good. I'm not trying to make this into some kind of spam location, but if you guys are cool and we're just all trying to be part of the community, get on it, man. Come on in here. Get some people. There might be people that, never heard of your channel before. They want to check you out. And especially some of you guys who are going up there at Zinc Creek. Yeah, you should be telling people about the Zinc Creek stuff because there's some good Zinc Creek. There's some bloody, bloody red Zinc Creek stuff. I've seen this one picture. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it at one point or another, but it looks like a T-bone steak and it's just as red. I mean, and it's probably like that big. And then it was probably about a year ago. This wasn't Zinc Creek, but it was over on the coast. That chick pulled out this massive, heart-shaped carnelian. People love that red. That's what I'm getting about. People love that red. So, if you're trying to get a little bit of love from the algorithm, show them that red, man. Show them that red. Oh, man, totally can. I'm on Instagram. Just send me, it's Rogue Rockhound. Just send it, you can send a bunch of pictures on Instagram. In fact, part of the reason why I have Instagram is because I can actually direct message people a lot quicker and show them stuff. And plus, there's people who want their anonymity still, phone number wise and everything. And so it's like, oh yeah, just hit me up on Instagram, dude. And you can even share videos on there. Way better than a phone. You ever tried to text somebody a video? Doesn't work, dude. Doesn't work. It's always granular. You're like, man, that looks really good when I send it to you. But as soon as they receive it, it's like, what is this? Jesus, it's like a 3-second clip and it's terrible. Yeah. Yeah. So Nate, I was talking to another one of our buddies, and it's the truth, bro. We just got to go deeper. Are you deep enough yet? Nope. Go deeper. I really think that's what it is because even at the spot, the normal spot, looks like the moon up there. Just bust into one of them holes, dude. And plus, man, it's all up in there, and so if we just get into one of those spots and if you can hit into the layer, then yeah. But this is why, this is exactly what I'm talking about too, though, because check this out. I would love to go up to Zinc Creek and dig and pull out some reds and do all that stuff. But I've been up there quite a few times now, and I keep don't get me wrong, I'm not getting skunked, right? I do find some great material up there. But the thing is it's also an hour drive one way. And so I want to be able to have my trips be a little bit more meaningful. Well, there are people who, just like we know Worthington Road very well, there's other people who know Zinc Creek just as well as we know Worthington. And so it's oh, well, hey, you ever come over this side of the hill, we'll show you what's up, dude. I'll teach you all about I'll take you right to the spot. I'll bring you Worthington Road, man. There's logs out there, petrified logs. And so it's yeah, you show me what's up with the carnelians. I show you what's up with the other spots. And as long as we're all cool, dude, this is how we dial stuff in. The problem is when you get some bad apples and you get some people who try to take advantage of the community, and that's the part that sucks. But, I think for the most part, everybody's chill, dude. I mean, there's about a dozen of us here, and I go out on a limb here and say that, yeah, there's about probably a dozen cool ass people in this chat. You know what I mean? Find tons of stuff, but never usable. Yeah, exactly. Experiment. Sent you some pics. Good. Awesome. I'll definitely have to check that out. And see, this is the other thing that I want to do too with this whole live streaming thing, because if we get a real good community going. So I was telling you guys in the beginning of the stream, there was and you can check in the links too, or for the links in the description. But I want to be able to have that kind of stuff in everything, in all these live streams. And then, dude, if I see something really awesome on Facebook or something like that, I want to be able to pull something like that up and be like, oh, hey, so-and-so just sent me this. So let's check that out real quick. Or Brian's, Brian, if he's got some really good stuff, and I want to be able to share that kind of stuff here. I want to be able to share, whatever anybody's doing. That's the whole point of this part too. I know that Nate over there, he does some what do you call it? Some vendoring, you know. And so I want to be able to say, hey, check this out, rockhound.com, go check that one out. Because there's going to be stuff. If you liked one of my sunstones or something like that, go check this out. Go over to rockhound.com. They'll get you covered, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that if we did this correctly, we're going to actually be the next generation of the Rockhounds, because, if you go like to any kind of like rock club, you see that the older generation, man, they're tight. They're in with it. They go camping together. They do all that stuff, And so what are they doing? They're sharing information. Oh, I was just out at this place and you got to go over here. And, nowadays you can drop a GPS location. You can be like, oh, okay, so here, you're going to want to go here. And what you do is go north about 15 minutes, or so. And, you just start, sharing stuff out. Get it all figured out, because I'm telling you, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be cool. And especially once we get some of this stuff going, because I'll tell you what, I got 4 machines here, and if I'm running properly, I should at least be able to get 4 balls out a week, I would assume, because, it's like I'm going to have them staged out, right? As far as I know, I think what I'm going to be doing is having this be the roughing machine, and then from here, we pretty much determined that this one's going to be our polish. So maybe what it is I have something like, we do our roughing, then we pop it over to, one stage, maybe this is a machine that we rotate off cups or whatever, because there's more sizes than there are machines at this point. And so what we have to do is we have to figure out what's going to be the most most effective means, because we don't want to just have machines sitting if we can avoid it, because right now we can get a lot of use out of this. I mean, if we just had 1 ball in each machine, we should be able to, in theory, get at least 4 balls done a day. Now, am I trying to make spheres all day long every day? No, I'm not trying to do that. I don't even have enough rock to do that. In fact, I'm kind of out of rock as it is. That's what, a half dozen of those? Well, I mean, I'm not out of rock. That's not what I mean. What I mean is I'm out of big enough rock, because this is a 4-inch. And what this one, look how quickly that's only a 3-inch. And I'm going to lose like probably quarter inch, half inch in the process. And so now all of a sudden that 3-inch ball turns into a 2.5-inch ball or a 2 3/4-inch ball, and so that kind of sucks. And so I need bigger material. Now, some of this stuff, it might look like I've got bigger material. Like, that's a pretty big rock right there, right? But even that, no matter what, is probably still only going to get a 3-inch, because what we have here is, look at the shape. That's a problem. So, and with a lot of this stuff, I don't really want to so much be doing like stuff that's going to take a month. I've got, check this out. So let me see. Hold on. It's on the other side. And so this is a piece of seam agate that I got from one of my spots, the Secret Creek, a while back. But you can see there, this is all what we call Medfordite. Right now, what is it? At the bottom here, this is the bottom of it, right? That's all like agate. And it's not just any agate, it's moss agate. And so what's really nice about this, though, is like down this line. Yeah, that's impossible, huh? So let me see. Let's see if we can do a little bit better. All right, so check this out. That's how it actually sits, right? Now on the bottom there, see, that's all moss agate. Then it goes up into like quartzy stuff, and that's where you see like those bugs and everything like that. But the moss persists into it. So, although this is, and you can even see there, yeah, look at that crystally little bug. But problem is, Although this is a big piece, what am I going to do with that? I can't make no sphere out of that. I can't make no ball. That don't do nothing. Then I got other stuff to where, let me crawl up underneath here real quick. Oh, God. Ugh. This can't even really go to this spot right now, but this right here, meow, is also a giant sea maggot. This is from McDermott. Now, it's not the cleanest thing in the world. Right now, you still got some of that clay ash on it, but let me brace that a little bit. Thing is this thing is super, super solid from what I can tell, which means once I'm ready, there's going to be some really, really nice spheres that are going to be coming out of this. And so I just have to be able to get to the point where I'm ready for that. But let me show you something real quick. I think if I can. Bring this over just in here. See if it's dead. So you can see there. That's the stuff coming off of it. So this is going to make some amazing balls. But yeah, I just got to get, let me turn and do a little system thing real quick. This thing's trying to go into night mode. Screen's getting all wonky, but yeah, I can make some. Yeah, I bet that's the whole thing. Am I working tomorrow? I am going to be working on some of this stuff. Gotcha, buddy. Yep. Jason can help us with some big pet wood. Exactly. And we can make some huge balls out of that one. Digger. Yeah, I'm probably going to just be doing some stuff around the shop in the house tomorrow. Not really sure 100% what's going on. I know that I have to go out to Talent and do some work on, I got to like disassemble this old wonky like manure spreader thing and then get rid of it. And then, yeah, for real though. And I, that big seam that I showed you first before this one, I've got two of those and I got them out of the same spot. Yeah. And then you can see here, this big beast right here with the clarity. I mean, it's going to be what? Let me see. Oh, that's right. My, what do you call it? All my tools are out there. So I would say that my best bet is if we know this is 3-inch right here, I would say, yeah, that's probably what we're going to be looking at. It's probably about, 3-inch on these. Now it definitely gets, one side of this is definitely thicker than the other. So this side's actually much skinnier than this side. And so this side, I'm going to be punching balls out of what's one size. And then on the back here, I'll punch them out in a different size. Oh, yeah, man. I've got I got a few buddies who have gone out to McDermott and gotten kind of skunked, I suppose you could say. But yeah, Nate, here's the other one. So that's the other chunk of the Medfordite. And you can see this is actually amethyst in there too, but it's our Southern Oregon style amethyst. And so it's actually like really pale. But amethyst, bro, with Medfordite. It's pretty awesome. And what's actually really dope about this one, you can see this bottom layer. I mean, it's all that like green jasper. So yeah. Yeah, that's savage, bro. And I don't even know how that's possible, to be honest. To be 100% honest. Because it's like you drive down the road and it's literally, Like I was scared at certain points driving the F-250 because I thought I was like, bro, am I gonna like slice the tires open? Because there was just so much of that like fractured, concoidally fractured agate in the road and like petrified wood and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely hit you up there, Digger, for sure. So one of the first uh, one of the first videos I did out there, or that I did, was I went out there to McDermott with currently Rockhounding, and I didn't know what the hell, what was I looking for or anything like that. I just followed them. And so, yeah, there is a loop that you can do. And I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, fossils, all kinds of stuff. It's wicked. We'll definitely have to get back out there before too long because I definitely want to, I want to do a video. I want to do another video, like the return to McDermott or something like that, because that place was awesome. And Jason knows it pretty well. I've got GPS coordinates for a bunch of stuff. I've got the whole loop. I can also reach out to currently Rockhounding. He'll give me stuff. Yeah, exactly. Of course you did, bro. Of course you did. Rock Dude says he's had 1,200 pounds in his D10 Nissan. Yeah. So one of the things about Rock Dude is this guy is an absolute machine. In fact, I have him in my phone as the machine. This guy, I don't even know if it's so much about rockhounding sometimes. I think it's more about the challenge of moving a enormous rock, an absolutely enormous rock. I've seen this guy with like massive chunks of petrified wood, massive chunks. And he's like, yeah, I just put that on a sled and drug it out. You're like, what do you mean you put it on a sled and drug it out? That's the coastal forest. There's not even just walking out in that kind of stuff. It's so thick. And he's like, yep, just blah, blah, blah. I mean, you go into his backyard, man, and there were just logs and stuff. It's insane. And I'm like, I'm not so certain this guy brought like, a backhoe or anything to pick those big boulders up. No, this guy probably had like bottle jacks and straps and slippery things, to put it on. And yeah, oh man, amazing. Yeah, we'll get out there, Nate, for sure. That, and I need to get some more obsidian too, because once I get everything figured out, I'm definitely going to be doing the obsidian spheres. In fact, I want to buy another core drill bit, a bigger one, so then I can actually maximize with the obsidian, because like I did with this guy, I want to start doing this with obsidian. I think that will be bananas. Problem is I don't know how easy it's going to be in general, because like that's going to require a whole lot of sanding, which is fine. I don't care. You just have to figure out an effective way to do it. I was thinking about it. Maybe you could put it on something and then just angle grinder it. This doesn't seem to work that half bad, but I just need to get a new expando drum. What would be nice is if I could get something like, 6 inches wide instead of 3 inches wide. Might have to look into that at some point, but we got a lot of things that we got to figure out first. There's a ton of things, it just takes a while. And, especially if I'm focusing most of my efforts on sphere making, tube lamps. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool, or tubes in general, whatever we're going to be calling them. I think it will be pretty cool, but I'm just not exactly sure 100% of what I'm going to do with that yet. Like Nate and I were talking about making because he's got a laser engraver, but like I don't even know if that's what it is at a certain point, because it can cut stuff. And so is it just an engraver, or is it engrave on some stuff and cut through other? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, you know, we could get it to where, and it's all like computer operated or whatever, I think. And so, you know, we can make something like that and then make some kind of cool custom base for it. And then, you know, I'm sure like my brother and I cut and engrave everything. Yeah, which how cool would that be too? Could we engrave the tube itself? You know, because that would be wicked. Now I don't know how that whole works when you have like rounding and everything, but I mean, didn't you guys like engrave a water bottle or something? So I mean, I know that's metal, and this is not. So yeah, diode fiber and CO2 lasers. Geez, okay, yeah. So bananas. I don't know what any of those really or the differentiations, but anyway, the idea is like here. Let me show you. So Nate could make some super cool base. Oh, okay. Nate can make some super cool base, you know, and then maybe we like drill a hole in the back and run a little LED lights or something in here. So then it illuminates it and makes it all super awesome. And then like if we could, you know, I was talking with my brother and he was like, because he smelts metals and stuff like that, or he's got a smelter and, you know, he's got like a bunch of copper, silver, and all kinds of metals, right? He's got a bunch of metals. And so I was telling him, I was like, well, you know, there's pretty soft metals here, you know, and I don't know if I still have it, but I had the thing that was for rolling like small pieces of sheet metal, right? For like flashing. And so I was like, I wonder if you could like use something like that to where you put that, you know, put like some copper, some silver in it, and then you kind of get like maybe a thin sheet of it. And then maybe you like put that around the edge of it or something. So then it's not just exposed stone. And so, I don't know, just more refined, you know what I mean? I don't know, just kind of spitballing ideas, trying to source, you know, some thoughts from others, see what they think. Yeah, and that's another one. I need to do something with this. Just show you guys this one. I don't know if I ever showed you guys these, but I was going through some stuff the other day. Actually, I know that Rock Dude's seen them, but this is, as you can see, a skull sight plate. So I pulled this out probably, I don't know, 6 years ago or so, and just kind of been like neglecting it. But I was thinking about doing something the other day, so I wanted to pull it out and actually see if it looks like how I remembered, because I might want to try to. So recently I gave Nate and his other half, the other rock nerd, I gave them my angle grinder so then they could start mucking around with that and see what they can do. Because they were talking about some ideas like that. And I was like, well, hey, yeah, check this out. You can take it, man. I'm never using it. So, and then, of course, I was thinking about like what you would use an angle grinder for and like what they were wanting to use it for. And then I was like, oh, you know what? It would be really nice if you had something that was smaller than an angle grinder, but like larger than the flex shaft, because this is just a little tiny little baby thing. Like I get it for, you know, for doing intricate carving and stuff like that. But what happens if I wanted to, say, for instance, take this skull sight plate that I have. So first, this is what we're actually looking at. Let's see. Oh, that's super bright, isn't it? So you can see kind of, but it's just so bright that it's like really hard. And this stuff is so hard to see anyway. But you see how it's got like these acicular, you know, radiations of the crystal, right? And so that's how it grows. But then you have on the back side here, this was something that I was way stoked about. So I don't know if you can really see it too, but all that white is actually, especially up here in the top, that's all like skull sight clusters. And so you can see down here about the mid, well, it's on that side. So like right around here, you can see that little cavity in there, and there's a bunch of sprays in that too. And so what I was thinking is I wonder, and then this side, of course, has got the same, it's just, yeah, it's bright. So you can kind of see in the shade and the shadow here, see the difference in color between the white and the basalt, how it's just gray and white. I mean, everything's kind of washed out right now because there's too much light in here. But what I was wondering is if there was anything I could do to like kind of clean this up, make it more specimen like, because yeah, if you look at it like this, it's kind of a crap specimen, it's not that cool. So like, that's not exactly greatest, but I think that if you got this one up here, and you make it like, I think it was this way. So if you could mount it like this somehow, right? That's a lot cooler because you have less of this basalt in there. But what I was thinking about doing, I don't know if I can actually show you this because, webcam sucks. But, yeah, let's see. In the shadows. All right, so see how there's like kind of a rind over the top of this stuff that is slightly discoloring it, right? And you can see the basalt next to it, right? Well, what I was wondering is, can I brighten this stuff up by just going over it with like, something quick, something abrasive? Because I think that if I tried to like, remove the basalt or something like that, this ain't going to do anything. And for the most part, it's like I'm already kind of trying to salvage something, right? Because although this is a pretty neat specimen to me, I don't know what anybody else would think about it. So it's tough to, it's sometimes tough to figure stuff out like that, with, especially with like stuff that you found and that not a lot of other people are finding. And so you're like, well, is this even worth anything? Am I just wasting everybody's time here? I mean, I think it's cool, but, am I going to try to sell it as a specimen? Probably, at some point, just to make way for new stuff. Because I'm not trying to be a, straight up rock seller, but what I am trying to do is make it to where I have more space for, it's like continuously high grading. That's what it is, and so like I've got boxes and buckets, I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 2 5-gallon buckets full of bowenite, A grade and double A grade and above, right? Then I have a milk carton, box for with all the extra, bowenite and stuff that I need to work on. So I've got tons of that. And then I picked out some of my favorite pieces over the, over working on them over the years and stuff. But even these, I'm like, okay, this one right here, I'd probably be willing to trade that one out for that one that Nate just hooked me up with the other day when we went out, because I know for a fact this one is going to be wicked, like beyond wicked, like potentially one of the best ones, like not I've ever found, but that I've ever found. You know what I mean? In my possession. So that one definitely is, because I mean that looks just like this one, and that's a super, super, super awesome one. And that was one of that's what this one ended up looking like. So you can see the metallic in there, and ooh wee, is that good, man? Ooh, this is the stuff that I don't sell. I'm not selling that stuff. I'm not getting rid of it until I find something cooler. That stays there. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with this stuff. Now I know this looks like crap because it's all busted up right now, but here's the whole thing: is you see how I've got this black section, so everything down here is really, really, really good, like nephrite good. Everything else above that was all cracked, and just throughout the whole thing, none of the cracks got healed. And so I don't know. And you can actually see on the backside there, See all those cracks? Yep. Not happy about that one. But I'm telling you, this green, I go berserk over it, man. I love it. There's something about it that, when you get like a chunk like this, right? And then you get that bluish kind of hue in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera at all. But, buddy, this is when you find the good stuff. So you see how it's got kind of a bluish tint to it? Yeah. Yeah. This is in the AAA grade bucket. Right next to the one Nate gave me. Which he's like, hey, isn't that one of those ones that you like? I'm like, yep. And he's like, here, you can have it. I'm like, oh, are you serious, bro? So usually I'm the one giving the good rocks away. But this time, I was the receiver. Very, very happy. So, yeah. But yeah, that's why I'll start taking those, making the balls out of them. And then, eventually I get stuff like this. So that's where I took the ball out, right? This is still good material. This still can be used. But what am I going to do with this stuff? So maybe somebody else can do something with it. If I'm not using it for like a stand or whatever. You know what I mean? Because, tell me that wouldn't be pretty cool to have like a ball placed in that, Pretty neat. Especially if you did something with it, just polish it up a little bit. So the inner diameter on that one, this guy right here, 4-inch. These are 4-inch ones. And so that actually is the same it's coming off of this guy. And so, but I've got, like I was showing you earlier, it's doing this guy right here. And that's the Bowenite. That is really good stuff, but it needs some stabilization. So I still got to work on that a little bit. And then I do also have like some other cores that still need to be done. Like this one, I still need to, do one more drill on this to get rid of those edges, make it more of a pillow. And then I've got a couple here that like, this one was too small to do a 4-inch, and so I'm going to probably just do a 3-inch out of this. But I'm not sure yet because I might try to figure something out because this material is really cool, dude. This is way different type. So it's just kind of like chopstick lattice. Yeah, you can see right there. So that stuff's super, super cool. And this stuff is still transparency. So this has the transparency. Cool part is this will make some wickedly unique spheres because unlike most of the Bowenite that you find where it's like speckled like this, right? This one has just straight up lines in it. And so that's going to look super cool. Way different than a lot of the stuff you're seeing in like I can't remember where the other serpentine's coming out of. Not the California stuff, but outside of the US. I can't remember. Might have been Indonesia or something. And then I got this guy right here, which, yeah, pretty nice, huh? No, not pretty nice. So that kind of sucks, which means now I got to figure out, not only is this one, even this top piece, is that even going to be worth doing anything? Is it too broken? Because this is really, really cool material. In fact, here, I think the bottom illustrates it best. Because what you have here is you can see what's going on. You can see how it's like, changing. The color is great on it too. Now the inner color is great. The outer color is crap. But that's the cool part, and so because it's still, they're both still hard, it's still the same hardness, or I'm pretty sure, because it's not like you don't feel any kind of pitting or anything like that. You don't feel any changes. It's just one looks like crap and the other one doesn't. And so if you have like, kind of like imagine having half of a ball look, one color and then the other half kind of, forms into this other. So yeah, it definitely makes it pretty unique in terms of like the characteristics of the characteristics of the sphere itself. But like, let's see, I thought this one was pretty cool too because it kind of looked like Africa. So there. Oh wait. So yep, kind of looked like Africa. I was like, yeah, oh, that's interesting. So but you know, it's like now I got to look at it and say, okay, well, what actually can I do with this? Because if it's all beat up and you know it's got cracks that are not stable enough to work with, it's like, okay, well, maybe what I need to do is stabilize the core first, and then from there, maybe I can work with it. Maybe it's not worth it. Let's just be a core, you know. Who cares? I'm not really so concerned about what exactly it's going to be so long as I'm just able to keep going with the spheres themselves. It's just slow right now, kind of being slow about things. What I do think I'm going to do, though, is these guys, I'm going to drill the holes out for these tomorrow, and I'm going to try to have it to where we are actually doing a ball next weekend. So, yeah, look at that. See? Terrible posture. Terrible. I keep catching myself. So I'm like, oh. So what we're going to do is next week have this guy going because I need to get some paper. I do. They're really bad because 100 is just not going to work. And if anything, what I'll do is maybe I'll just, you know, go over to the museum for a little bit because they got an 80 diamond wheel, which will just be like, beep, 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 done. So I might end up running over the shop because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus that one. And so really I could probably do, you know, 2 or 3 and then have them to where, you know, we go through like maybe next week and we'll do some of the stuff that we're talking about. Like because we're going to have the sharing set up all ready by next weekend. And then what I'd like to do is maybe, you know, depending on how long we're doing a stream for, what we do is we'll go and we'll talk about all of our stuff and then we'll pop the ball in the machine and get to working on that. Because I would like to walk through each step as I'm doing it. Because you got to remember, I'm learning all this stuff. I haven't done any of this yet. Nothing. So all this is still new to me. So I'm just like, you know, learn along with me. We'll figure it out. It's going to be cool. Plus, yeah. That in itself is good. Yeah. So that one, oh, I see. Looks like this one might need to have a little tappy tap back. What's going on there? That's not what. Huh. So it looks like there's a little bushing thing that is coming off that motor. So I think maybe what I want to do is use this. Where's my tappy hammer? Let's put this back in there. I'm going to try to tap it back in with a pull cube. Huh. Can I just whack with the metal? No. Might need to clean it off first. But yeah, I definitely don't want that to... Yeah, because these ones are flush, and this one's popped out. That's not okay. Here. This is what is popped out. I don't know why. So maybe what we'll do is just run a little bit of paper towel through that. See if we can get it a little cleaned up. Put that back on there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I see. So it looks like it's kind of hollow. Should go on there. Maybe give this a little love. Man, I'll be a pro sphere machine guy once I get done with all this stuff. Huh, okay. It doesn't really want to go back in. So maybe I will have to get a little tap action going on. Good thing I have that little chisel, proper chisel that is. Maybe we actually should use this little tappy boy. Why? Yeah. Gotta love little things like that. All right, well, I'm not sure. And it's, probably not going to happen tonight. So, because I think what's happened is every time I tap on one, the bottom pops out. And so I got to, like, I don't know, maybe take, like, these guys right here and just kind of go over that area and then just kind of tap in here. But then I have these two horns sticking up, the washer horns. And so that's when I'm just like, whatever. Screw it. I'm probably going to log off here before too long anyway. Yeah, Oregon Territory Adventures is heading out. So I think we're getting to the point where it's probably about time to call it. Oh, plus I've been standing on this concrete floor for about 3.5, 4 hours now. And I don't really like concrete floor. Although I have some mats here. We're going to have to get that one addressed here shortly. Because, it's not the best. So I hope you guys all had a great night tonight. Just chatting and whatnot, just like we're doing every other Saturday night, But I'll talk with you guys next time. Nate's going to be definitely help me out, get it all set up. So that's going to be awesome. Make sure you're tuning in next week because, of course, we're going to have marginal progress. And that's what we're doing. And hopefully we'll be actually running the ball mill. I was thinking that's what we'll call this little thing. Oregon ball mill, So, all right, guys, we'll have a great night, and we'll see you next week.